All right. Hello. Welcome to Great Well Investing. I'm Alex, so I'm your host, the one and only one here. But today we're going to be talking about vision. Okay, just that's it. That's what the name of the video is going to be called, Vision. So, what is vision? Vision is a magic set that can't. No, just kidding. um, it's the ability to see things that others don't see. There's a lot of information out there. The internet makes information incredibly easy to obtain, but there is a lot of things to read in between the lines, to read in between the information that's given to you, and to look beyond it, to see things a different way that other people see it. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be talking about today. Now, not everybody is a visionary. Not everybody has it. That's kind of the definition of it. Not everybody has the ability to see things and see the world in a different way that other people see it. So this is not a video to turn you into a visionary or to claim that I'm a visionary, but it's more just to speak on what it is and what are the attributes that differentiate somebody who is a visionary from somebody who is just like the rest of us. So in order to have vision, you want to see things, I want to say, not just for how they are, but how they will be in the future. Being able to see forward, not just seeing in the current, or especially not just looking backwards. The past is useful for looking at trends, for looking at history, for predicting patterns. And humans are really adapted to discovering patterns, to looking for patterns. And that's good. But you have to be able to break that cycle of just looking for patterns and look for things that break those patterns or things that are very different than that. So, for instance, let's look at magic cards. When magic cards go up in price, you all see the constant thing is people going, wow, I can't believe that went up in price. Wow, it's up. Oh, wow, it spiked. Oh, wow, this. Oh, wow. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And it's a common trend. So if you have vision, maybe you look at it rather being surprised that it went up, being like, I expected it to go up. Why? Because it's a reserve list card and there's a finite supply. And there's only X copies left, and there's always going to be more people who want them, or there's going to be copies that are destroyed. So it's natural that over time it will go up. So rather than look at the flash number like, oh my God, it went up to $100. Oh, it went up to $1,000. Oh, wow, Null Rod went from $50 to $80 to $100 to $300 overnight. All crazy. Try and look at things from the long-term perspective. I think that's something that Rudy does very well, and certain other investors do, is they see things differently. They just look at it very different. They don't look at it emotionally and like, oh wow, well, I wish I had bought them or I wish I owned them. It's not. It is what it is. The price is as it says. You can't go back in time. So the best thing you can do is look forward. Okay, I'm going to repeat that because that's very important. You can't go back in time. So the best thing you do is look forward. This comes down to a lot about people having regrets over decisions. People dwell in the past. People think about the past. They think about things they could have done differently. I could have bought Bitcoin when it was $50. I could have bought Gaia's Cradle when it was $50. I could have. And rather than think about the could have, take a step back, deep breath, and think about the future. Think about what you still can do. Do you think that no other Magic card is ever going to go up ever from today, April 8th, 2021? Is no card ever going to go up ever again? No, of course they are. Do you think that no stock or crypto or gold will ever rise for the rest of time? No. Something will happen tomorrow, the next day, next year, decade from now. There will always be opportunities. And rather than dwell on the ones that you've missed, think about the future ones. Okay, that's what having vision is about. It's about not being like the rest. Trying to see my notes here, So here's an example. Thinking small versus thinking big, okay? Some people like to think small. So an example for Magic would be, which card is going to spike next, okay? And I'm going to have some videos on this channel talking about which cards I think are going to go up or which cards I think will go down. But it's not going to be as much about that. It's not going to be, if you're tuning in to watch let's see what he predicts will be the next one and see if he's right or wrong. It's not necessarily about that, because over a long enough time horizon, I'll be right about it all, right? Every reserve list card will go up from today, April 8th, 2021. There's my bold prediction. Congratulations. It's not meaningful. And trying to pinpoint which one will go up tomorrow on April 9th, 2021 or April 30th, or June 1st. It's not as important. That's small picture thinking. Which will go up? How can I make quick money? How can I flip? How can I get that high? How do I scratch that itch? It's all small term thinking. You have to think big. Vision is about thinking bigger than that. Okay, it's about seeing, okay, well, how does the market look going forward? Well, it seems that reserve list cards have done very well traditionally, irrelevant of pandemic or events closing down, or an economic housing collapse, or inflation, deflate, whatever it is. Regardless of those things, the cards seem to go up over time, and that's an important thing to keep in mind. So looking at the overall trend is something that requires vision. It's long term. It's not looking at the short term of things. So what happens is when people are visionaries and people can see the future, not exactly the future, but they see past the normal thing, they leave other people behind. And you don't want to be one of the people that's left behind. You don't want to be one of the people who doesn't have a Wheel of Fortune when they go to 500, or doesn't have Mox Diamond when it hits $1,000, because it's going to happen eventually. So there's always something that you can do. So even if you can't go and afford a $500 Mox Diamond, even if you feel it will be $1,000, let's say you agree with that. Oh well, Alex, I can't just go buy a Mox Diamond. Okay, well there's something else you could buy, or there's something else you can do. You can always increase your output. You can always increase what you offer. You can always increase those things, to get to those points. And it's not just Mox Diamond that'll be $1,000. It might be Didgeridoo that'll be $100, or it might be something like that. Vision. So, trying to just break it down as concise as possible. But one of the things I do on this channel is going to be ramble about it. So, I think I pretty much hit most of those talking points on that. People who had vision in the Magic community, someone like Rudy. Rudy has vision because he doesn't look at those prices. He doesn't refresh MTG stocks and look at every single Arabian Nights card that's gone up 10% and be like, yes, I did it. I picked the right one. And he also doesn't just buy them all to hedge his bets. Like, well, I think some Arabian Nights cards are going to go up and some are going to go down, so I'm just going to buy all the Arabian Nights cards. He does it, because he likes the cards and he has a passion for it, but he also does it because he has the vision. He sees it. He sees the world where the cards are worth more than the pennies that they are. It just doesn't make sense that an Arabian Nights common is worth less than a burger from Burger King. Do you know what I mean? Like there's always like a reference there. He thinks that Bazaar is going to be a $10,000 card, and who's to say it's not? And at every point along the scale, people are going to be shocked, surprised, disappointed, scratch their heads, claim that it's a bubble, claim that it's the end of the prices, claim that it's not sustainable. And what evidence is there of that it's not sustainable? Where is that evidence? I have not seen a global meltdown of Magic prices. Am I saying that every single card is correctly priced at it and everything's at a floor right now? Not necessarily. There might be some retracing, there might be some market correction, but I think people need to step back and have that long-term vision rather than that short-term excitement, anxiety, frustration, whatever it may be, whatever emotion you feel for the here and now or the past, conquer it, control it, and look at it for the future. Don't look at the card that already spiked. Think about the card that's going to happen next. Some of the trends I look for. Okay, alpha, beta. The alpha, beta cards are hot. They're going up in price. A couple months ago, I looked up Alpha Tundras, because Tundra is my favorite dual land. I looked up Alpha Tundra. There was about 8 or 9 of them on Magic Card Market. Many dollars, thousands and thousands of dollars each, of course. I looked yesterday. There's one left on Magic Card Market. One Alpha Tundra. So you could say, wow, when it's gone up so much, it's hyperinflated. People are going crazy with their money. Oh, once the stores open up and the cars start flowing into the stores, the prices will go down. Do you really think that, or is that what you want to think? Is that what you want to happen? You want the cards to go down because you can get them, or you want them because you don't feel like the price is right on them. What does the trend say? What has happened in the past? Has that really happened? Have the dual lands taken a 50% hit on their prices? Have alpha cards seen a downward trajectory after they spike up? It's not what I see. I haven't seen that. So that's pretty much all I have for today. And, vision. It's a great topic. It's a great thing to discuss. Talk about it sometime. Talk about people that you feel are visionaries, and what do you think makes a good visionary, or what do you think is something that you see a vision for the future of Magic? Let me know in the comments.